multiverse is a concept about which we know frighteningly little.
Welcome back to ScreenCrush, I'm Ryan Airy. Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness introduced us to universe number 838, a universe where green means stop, red means go, and the Fantastic Four and mutants exist.
Well, I guess that's what I thought you always wanted.
In this universe, Captain Carter is the first Avenger, Maria Rambeau is Captain Marvel, and maybe the Inhumans didn't suck.
Never.
I don't think we've seen the last of Universe 838. In fact, I think we're about to see Universe 838 declare war on the MCU, aka Universe 616.
I don't want to fight you, Flash.
I wouldn't want to fight me neither.
But before we get into that, let's take a moment to examine all we know about Universe 838, because you know what they say, know your enemy. The 838 seems almost utopic. As advanced as the MCU's technology is, the 838 seems to be even more so. For example, the memory projectors on the street allow you to step into a circle and have a memory literally projected holographically in front of you, a technology very similar to Tony Stark's barf.
An extremely costly method of hijacking the hippocampus to clear traumatic memories.
And real quick, while we're on that topic, Quentin Beck developed a lot of the technology for barf.
He renamed my life's work, Barf.
Quentin Beck was the first character we heard referred to the MCU as Universe 616.
This is Earth, Dimension 616. I'm from Earth 833.
Now, it's later revealed that he was lying about being from another universe.
See, that wasn't so hard.
So, how he and the 838 Christine Palmer both came to call the MCU 616 is something I'd like to know the answer to. Could just be a coincidence.
You're not allowed to believe in coincidence anymore.
Anyways, back to the 838. There's almost something eerie about the perfection of this universe. I feel like their Earth is very well protected from outside threats. Now, perhaps they've reached a point where they don't have daily catastrophes like in the MCU. Catastrophes like this are very few and far between in the 838, but at what cost? Could Earth 838 be run by some type of underground secret organization that's pulling all the strings and bending society to their will? Or because of the Illuminati? Yeah, that's what I was going for. But seriously, the 838 Illuminati may control more than we think. As utopic and well run as the 838 might be, there's something scary about a bunch of unelected superheroes calling the shots. I mean, that's the entire premise of Captain America Civil War.
For the past 4 years, you've operated with unlimited power and no supervision. That's an arrangement the governments of the world can no longer tolerate.
What happens when the group of heroes running the show gets too cocky? They let their guard down and get killed by a dream-walking witch? Exactly. Now in the comics, the Illuminati was founded by Tony Stark. The group typically consists of Tony, Doctor Strange, Reed Richards, Professor X, Blackagara Boltigan, aka Black Bolt, T'Challa, and Namor the Submariner.
And the aptly named Sir not appearing in this film.
Now while Tony Stark isn't present in this film, his Ultron bots are, assuming that in this universe Reed Richards or Hank Pym didn't create Ultron.
I don't want to hear the man was not meant to meddle medley.
I think it's also worth mentioning that there is a 7th seat that is empty in the Illuminati's lair. So perhaps that's Tony's seat.
I'm going to sit here so you move the leg.
I think we can infer a lot about the Universe 838 from its unique Illuminati lineup. Each member seems to represent either a team or an area of expertise. Reed Richards of the Fantastic Four and, quote, the smartest man alive. Black Bolt of the Inhumans, Professor Xavier representing mutant kind. Captain Carter is likely leader of the 838 Avengers. And Captain Marvel is the, quote, defender of the cosmos. And, following the death of the 838 Strange, Baron Karl Mordo is Sorcerer Supreme.
Carl!
With members of this Illuminati representing some heavy-hitting and very prominent teams in the Marvel Universe, their deaths will not be taken lightly.
They'll pay for this.
So let's start with Professor X. The X-Men are going to be royally pissed that the Professor was killed. But he already died twice. Yes, we've seen Patrick Stewart's Professor Xavier die before, but this Professor X is not the same Professor X from any of those X-Men films. He's a completely different version, a variant. Oh, because of the multiverse. That's right. Now, to add fuel to the fire, the Professor was killed by one of his own in Wanda Maximoff. Keep in mind that the 838 Wanda is likely a mutant, like in the comics, and perhaps was even once a member of the X-Men. And assuming Magneto exists in the 838, he's likely Wanda's father. After all, Ian McKellen did say he'd love to be her dad. Now, once the 838 Wanda clears her name, likely with the help of Christine Palmer, I could see the X-Men, the Avengers, the Fantastic Four, and the Inhumans still wanting to avenge the deaths of their respective heroes. Christine Palmer would attempt to explain the dangers of multiversal travel and incursions. More on incursions in a moment. She could also inform the different teams that the Scarlet Witch is dead and there's no one to exact revenge on.
I wouldn't want to fight me neither.
Now, the idea of Marvel universes going to war with one another is not a new concept. In fact, we've talked about this before, it's the entire premise of the comics Avengers Time Runs Out and Secret Wars. When two universes begin to collide, those universes go to war over which will survive. This same concept is mentioned in Multiverse of Madness, and it's called an incursion. An incursion is known to have two outcomes. One of the universes survives while the other is destroyed, or they're both destroyed.
Let them fight.
In the comics, we've seen the Illuminati destroy other universes to save their own from an incursion. I think that's exactly how the 838 survived the incursion that their Doctor Strange caused by dreamwalking. Dreamwalking means possessing yourself in another universe, something we see Wanda and Strange do in Multiverse of Madness.
I don't even want to know!
I believe the 838 Illuminati devised a plan to save themselves and their universe from impending doom by destroying other universes. So, when Reed Richards says that an incursion results in either one or both universes being destroyed, I think that's code for both universes will be destroyed unless one universe destroys the other one first.
You ain't first, you're last.
Imagine a scenario where Christine Palmer is explaining to the 838 superheroes that Wanda is dead and the Darkhold is destroyed. She has succeeded in convincing the teams that going to war in another universe isn't worth it and that it's too dangerous. She could tell them about incursions and how further multiversal travel could result in their universe being destroyed. But then we hear an alarm begin to screech and graphics on the laboratory screens flash. The 838 and the 616 incursion has begun.
Oh my god! Okay, it's happening! Everybody stay calm! What's the procedure, everyone?
The same incursion that Clea tells Strange about in the post-credit scene of Multiverse of Madness. And then enters Mordo, who we last saw duking it out with our own Doctor Strange. As the only surviving member of the Illuminati, he reveals to the team that the only way to survive an incursion is to destroy the other universe first. The Illuminati very likely kept the first incursion event a secret, not only from their world, but from their respective teams as well. This revelation will reinvigorate the team's rage and give them an even greater reason to want to go to war with the 616. Survival.
Long ago, there was a vast multiversal war. Countless unique timelines battled each other for supremacy.
Our theory is that when an incursion begins, the planet the incursion started on is the first point of contact between the two universes, meaning that Earth 616 and Earth 838 will likely crash into one another. I think that as these points in space begin to make contact, we could see literal cracks in reality.
What's happening?
They're starting to come through, and I can't stop them.
When the reality broke open in No Way Home, those cracks were essentially doorways between universes. So, cracks in reality between these two universes could be how the characters on Earth 838 infiltrate Earth 616. I'd imagine that Christine Palmer's lab has the equipment necessary to locate hotspots where reality is colliding and creating doorways between their two worlds. Now, of course, we all want to see hand-to-hand combat occur between the 838 and the 616 characters. I mean, it is a war after all. But them punching one another isn't going to stop the incursion. The true battle will be Earth 616 stopping 838 from destroying their universe. Think about in the Avengers. The Battle of New York revolved around getting the portal in the sky closed to stop the invasion. Avengers Age of Ultron. That battle revolved around not allowing Ultron to turn Sokovia into a meteor. Avengers Infinity War. Those two battles revolved around 1, getting the Infinity Gauntlet away from Thanos, and 2, preventing the Black Order from capturing the Vision to get the Mind Stone. I don't know how the Universe 838 will plan to destroy 616, but like I said, I think they've done it before and Christine knows how. The physical fighting will revolve around stopping that from happening, stopping that one central device that they need to use to initiate the destruction of 616. But let's not forget about Kang the Conqueror.
This is wild.
He is going to have a big role to play in the multiversal saga. I think we could see Kang step in and teleport characters from Universe 616 and Universe 838 to a remote location like Battleworld in the comics. I could totally see Kang gleefully presiding over a war between these two Earth's mightiest heroes, with a promise that he will save the universe of whichever team wins by destroying the losing team's universe, thus ending the incursion. Kang would then likely deem himself the ruler of the surviving universe. but I don't imagine we'd see a battle to the death. I think characters like Doctor Strange, Wanda Maximoff, Christine Palmer, and Peter Parker would work together to find a way for both universes to survive. That solution could be that their universe combines with the other one, and the next film could be the newly formed universe fighting off Kang. So let me know, do you think we're going to see 616 and 838 go to war? Do you think it will end with their multiverses combining into one? I mean, their universes combining would be a perfect way to bring mutants into the MCU. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below, or you can @ me on Twitter. And if it's your first time here, please subscribe and smash that bell. For ScreenCrush, I'm Ryan Airy.